Lesson 2.2, Comparing and Ordering Integers. When two numbers are graphed on a number line, the number to the left is always less than the number on the right. The number to the right is always greater to the number on the left. So just remember, when you're looking at a number line of integers, that the numbers on the left are smaller and the numbers on the right are greater. The thing is, with negatives, the numbers may look bigger, they may look larger, but the bigger they look, the smaller they are, because the farther you go deeper in debt, that's the smaller the number. Remember the absolute value from yesterday. It's the distance from 0 on a number line. So a number that is negative looks bigger, but it's farther away from 0, and that makes it smaller. So we are also looking at and remembering less than versus greater than. Okay, the less than is the kind of the squished together L, and saying the number on the left is less than the number on the right. Greater than is having the bigger end open first, saying the number on the left is greater than the number on the right. When doing this, if you struggle with knowing which ones are less than or greater than, I would recommend thinking about their place on a number line. So it says, for example 1, replace the circle with less than or greater than to make -1 compared to -6 a true sentence. So look how they've graphed them. -1 is just to the left of 0, while -6 is much farther to the left. So therefore, comparing -1 to -6, since -1 is further to the right, it would be greater than. So you would fill that in with greater than. If you have to order integers from least to greatest, I would definitely use a number line. And also be aware, these say least to greatest. Don't always assume that it's least to greatest. You really need to read the directions and make sure that some problem doesn't switch it on you and say greatest to least. Make sure you're looking least to greatest, or looking at these words to make sure it is that direction. So least to greatest. Least to greatest would mean left to right on a number line because it's smallest to biggest. So we're using the integers 2, -3, 0, and -5. So you just make sure, if you're doing least to greatest, you go left to right for your integers, and in this case -5, -3, 0, and 2. That is ordering them from least to greatest. See where they fit on the number line and list them from left to right. Alright, let's look at some examples then. We'll do maybe more than just the odds today on these. So if we look, replace the circle with less than or greater than to make -5 compared to -10 a true sentence. So I'm going to put just a generic number line up here, and we're going to go, there's 0, -1, -2, 3, 4, 5, there's -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, there's -10. -10 is much farther to the left. -5 is to the right of it. So what does that make it? Right, -5 is greater than -10. Okay, number 2, ordering -1, 5, -3, and 2 from least to greatest. So let me add some over here. There's 5. Let me go 2, 4. Let's go -2, We'll go -7, just so that I have some of them listed here. I'm going to change the color for the dots. So -1 would be here, 5 would be here, -3, and +2. So you list them from left to right in order, and that would be from least to greatest. So we're talking -3, -1, 2, and 5. Alright, let's look at number 3. It's exactly like I said. It says order 0, -4, -2, and 7 from greatest to least. So they switched it on you. That means that you would be going from right to left and not left to right. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put these dots on my number line, but this time I'm going to put them in black so that we can kind of distinguish from the blue. Okay, order, so we've got 0, -4, -2, and 7. So I don't even have enough on my graph for that, so let me add a couple over here, and we'll say that that is at 7, and we'll put the dot then at 7. It says from greatest to least. Greatest to least would be right to left, and that would make 7, 0, -2, and -4. Alright, one more. Now, this one, which ways are we going? Yes, greatest to least. Greatest to least. Now, here's the thing. On this one, they've added an absolute value. An absolute value. So, absolute value means how far that number is from 0. So, how far is -2 from 0? Right, that would actually be 2 units. 2 units. So this time on my graph, I'm going to do it in green. Okay, I'm going to do these in green. So -3, we're just going to say the 2. So we know that that really means 2, 4, 0, and -5. So now we're doing green, and it says greatest to least. So greatest to least, remember, is right to left. So we're going to do 4. Now the 2 is really, you've got to write it as absolute value of -2. Don't change it to 2 because we know that's what it really means or what the value really is. You must leave it in the final answer the way that it started, absolute value of -2. And then we're going to go 0, -3, and -5. So we've put them in order from greatest to least. So you will be comparing integers from the number line, and you will be ordering them from least to greatest or greatest to least. Make sure that you check which way you're supposed to go on that.